Hey everybody, welcome to the video podcast here for Tiger 29. I'm Pete Kleinjohn and this is Sarai Gracia, and we are here to talk about local SEO for small business, but it's October, and so this month we're doing spooky SEO stories and specifics about like things that can go wrong with SEO for your website or for your small business.
Exactly. So today I bring some questions to Pete related to nightmares that can happen for small business owners outside in Google or any of the searches. So if you own a small business, please be until the end of the video because we have a lot of questions that probably can help you. So are you excited, Pete?
I'm always excited about SEO.
Awesome. So Pete, I have my questions here. Um, so the first one is, why does my website vanish like a ghost when I search my business name?
So your website might vanish like a ghost if you search your business name. Number one, your website should always show up if you search your business name. And if it doesn't, you either have really, really bad SEO or you probably have a setting wrong on your website so Google can't even see your website. If your website has been up and on Google for a period of time and then it disappears, that could be a sign that your site has been de-indexed or penalized by Google. That's a bad situation too. There's different steps you can take to fix it, but the first step is to identify what happened and identify the cause, and then you can figure out the right path forward.
I think one of the worst things that can happen for a small business owner related to the SEO and all of this internet world is, what do I do if my Google business profile gets haunted by a sudden suspension?
So if your website is haunted by a suspension, there is a process you can go through on Google Business Profile to get re-verified. Basically, what you're going to have to do probably is provide business documentation like your registration with the Secretary of State, a phone bill, those types of things to prove that you are a legitimate business providing services in those areas.
Awesome. Well, my next question, Pete, it's related to the addresses and locations specifically, and it's, how can I move my curse map pin so customers stop showing up to the Grand Grape Eye overnight?
So if your map pin is cursed and customers are calling you from 2 blocks away from your location saying, I followed Google's directions and I don't see your store, that's a pretty easy fix. You go into Google and you just basically edit your profile, and you can move that map pin yourself to the location where you want it to be. Some people like it in the parking lot of their business. Some people like to put it by the front door, but that's a really easy thing to fix if you're the owner on your Google Business Profile.
Pete, my next question, it's really crazy because I didn't know that people can do that. Like, it's really bad people outside, and it's, what should I do when a swarm or fake one-star review poltergeist attacks me overnight?
So those fake one-star poltergeist reviews happen more frequently than you think. Google is pretty good about filtering them out and taking them down. We've had several customers through the years with that experience, but basically what you want to do with those one-star reviews is, number one, just take a deep breath and wait a minute. Google might take it down on its own. If it doesn't disappear within a couple days, then you can go in, probably reply to the review like, hey, we don't have you in our customer database. Please reach out to the office, and then you can reach out to Google support and try to get that taken down as a not relevant review.
Awesome, Pete. Thank you for answering that question. I have more questions to you related to nightmares, and it's, how do I know if my business is trapped in the wrong Google category coffin?
So one of the easiest ways you can tell if your Google business profile is in the category coffin is do some searches for your business or for your services that you offer, and look at the category that your competitors are using. If your category is not the same, consider changing that primary category. And then also secondary categories matter. And so typically there's a bunch of different secondary categories that you can use to further define what your business does. When Google understands what your business does, it's going to show you to more customers who are looking for those services.
I will come back a little bit about the reviews topic, because this is about my next question, and it's, will the spirits get restless if I ignore all my glowing 5 stars reviews?
If you don't respond to 5-star reviews, the Google spirits might get restless. And really, what that means is you want to reply to all of the reviews because that person is going to get a notification that you replied to their review. So if you got a great customer, they leave you a 5-star review and you respond, you sort of get that symbiotic relationship between you and customers. You feel good because they reviewed you, they feel good because you acknowledge them. And then, furthermore, when you get a 1-star review someday, you're responding to all your reviews already. And so it's not just that awkward 1-star review that you respond to all your customers on Google.
So I have four more questions, Pete, related to nightmares. And it's, what horrors happen if I forget to renew my domain and someone else grab it?
So if someone else grabs your domain because you didn't review it, that can be a real nightmare. And typically, what you'll get a series of emails from your domain registrar saying, hey, your domain's going to expire, your domain's going to expire. But you're never going to get those emails if you got the wrong email address in with your domain registration. So number one, log into your domain registrar. Where did you register your .com or your .net? And make sure that your email address is correct. For the domains that we own at Tiger 29, we always set them to auto renew, so we don't have to worry about it unless our credit card changes. In which case, you get an email that says, "Hey, your credit card didn't work. Switch your credit card out." So the big thing is make sure that your email address is correct with your domain registrar, and that expired domain shouldn't be a problem.
We hate competitors. All of our, like, all the business outside hate the competitors, and this is one of the reasons. Can a competitor cast a curse with spammy backlinks to bury my rankings?
So technically, a competitor could cast a spammy backlink curse on your website and buy or build a bunch of spammy backlinks, which could damage your visibility. The likelihood of that happening is very, very low. Most of the time, when that happens, it's because of a personal beef between two people, where somebody takes vengeance through organic search, basically. And so, really, the number one thing is just be a good business person so that you don't have those kinds of relationships out in the world. And most of the time, it's just not going to happen. It's probably something else that's impacting your business, not the spammy backlinks, because Google's pretty good about figuring those out.
Awesome. Thanks, Google, that is coming to help us here and rescue. Um, my last two questions be, how do I keep my website from turning into a digital graveyard where nobody visits?
So the biggest thing, if you don't want your website to be a digital graveyard, is to make sure that your website has content that people want to see and that Google wants to show people. That typically means, lots of service pages. Don't just say you're a landscaping company. Say you're a landscaping company that offers retaining walls, concrete work, patios, whatever it is that you do. The more content you have on your website, the more alive your website is, and then it's not a graveyard where people don't come to it. It just exists.
Awesome. And for close this video, Pete, I have my last question, last but not least, and it's, what's the best protection against these online monsters so my business stays visible?
So the best protection against those SEO monsters is to utilize a good SEO company or get those skills yourself so that you can recognize the warning signs when things are going wrong. You know how things are supposed to be, and when they're not that way, you can correct it.
Well, thank you, Pete, to share all of this knowledge with us and calm all of these nightmares for us and give us a solution. We hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Do you want to add something, Pete?
If you want real SEO and real results, a good way to get started is that SEO Power Hour. It's an hour. We get on Zoom, talk about SEO, you share your screen, and then we do some SEO work together.
Awesome. Well, don't forget, follow Pete and leave a like if you like this content or any of our previous ones. This will help us a lot. And see you in the next one. Bye.